Hi there, my name is Brian Sundholm. I'm a product manager here at OPW, and today I'm joined by one of our engineers,
Brian Gaye, below ground design engineer.
Today we're going to take you through how to install a double-wall multi-port. This is a new offering as of last year. This is with our double-wall edge buckets for a multi-port application. We're going to walk you through how to do a new install, as well as maintain and service your multi-port, in particular with a bucket that has a sensor in it, as that tends to be the most challenging with the sensor wire. So we'll go ahead and get started. All right, so for the sake of this video, we've already gone ahead and tightened down our buckets to our risers. We used our 3100 tool, and you can torque your buckets to your riser simply by taking this piece off. And then you've got a big nut here that you can then attach a torque wrench to and use this to tighten up your buckets between 125 and 250 foot-pounds. The other option, if you have the appropriate chain wrench, you can use a chain wrench around the base of your bucket, again with a torque wrench attachment. Just want to reiterate here that torque stack and proper torquing is crucial when installing a spill bucket onto your riser. So, like I mentioned, we've already pre-assembled these to our riser. We've already torqued them down, so we're good to go, and we're good to start working on the installation of the shroud cover, the shroud boot, and then how to service it. All right, so what we're going to start with and do first is we're going to take our bolts off of these steel plates. It is important to go in a star pattern to have equal decompression, as well as when you reinstall the plates to, again, reinstall the bolts in star pattern so that you get equal compression around the seal, and that way you can prevent any leaks from coming through your bucket here. So Brian's going to go ahead and start taking these bolts out. Now once we get to the end of this, what you'll see is we have one plate on top. This is a single plate, and on the bottom, it's two individual rings. All right, so now that we've removed the bolts from both of the plates, these are the lower rings that I mentioned. They come underneath like such. So these come out when those bolts are removed. Then we'll take off our upper plates. And our seals, we always like to take the seals out at this point because as we put our shroud cover over, these are flexible, but we want to make sure we're not going to damage these seals. And if you are doing any sort of servicing or maintenance on this, it's always a good idea to check your seals to look for any tears or anything that could be compromising your seal. Your seals are always going to be the first things to go on your spill bucket, so again, it's always a good idea to double check and make sure they don't need replaced. One more note before we put on our shroud cover is at this point, if you do have a sensor bucket, I would go ahead and get into the sump and go ahead and make your connections with your cable before you get your shroud cover back on. And then again, when you go to remove it, remove the shroud cover first and then go down and make your disconnect your wiring before you go to unthread your bucket. So now we'll go ahead and install the shroud cover over these. And at this point, you would then go down and connect or attach your shroud cover to your tank sump, and then we will reinstall the seals and our plates.
When you're putting in your seals, make sure to get all the holes lined up with the bolt holes on your primary and secondary bellows to make sure as to not damage your seal.
Okay, now that we've got our seals on and lined up with our holes, put our upper plate on. And like Brian mentioned, make sure that all your holes are lined up before you start putting your bolts in, is to not damage the seals. All right, now, so for the purpose of this video, we're only going to do one plate. because in a few minutes we're going to show you how to remove the water spill platform or shroud cover. But right now we're going to go through the steps and show you how to install your shroud boot kit. It is a little bit different than how we have it today, but we will show you that. So first we're going to start with this gasket here. We're going to slide this over our bucket, stretch it over.
Then you're going to take your boot, slide this over as well. We'll clamp the boot to the gasket. So get your boot situated. Now that you've got the top installed, go ahead and tighten down the bottom. The upper clamp should be torqued to between 45 and 60 inch-pounds, and the bottom clamp should be torqued to 100 inch-pounds.
As always, these torque values are always represented and referenced in our installation instructions, so be sure to read those if you have any questions. All right, so now that we've got our shroud boot installed down there, Brian's going to show you the seal that we throw on top now. This is the interface between the upper plate and the at-grade cover.
So make sure to get all your holes lined up, and similar to your current Fiberlight multi-port, you'll use your WSP CRKS to attach the bucket to the bottom of the cover.
All right, so now that we have shown you how to do the initial install, and again, it's important to reiterate that that was only necessary for a sensor bucket. Again, if you have a bucket with a float gauge, you simply install your shroud cover or water spill platform and thread your buckets on. Same goes for what we're about to show you now. If you have a float gauge and you need to service or perform some maintenance in your sump, all you would have to do is unthread your buckets and take off your shroud cover or water spill platform. However, if you have a sensor bucket, we're going to have to reverse the steps that we just went through. We'll take off our plates again, and we'll go ahead and remove the seals from underneath, and then we'll remove this spill platform. So we'll go ahead and show you that now. We'll just kind of go backwards in the steps that we just showed you. So we'll start with with this upper seal and the shroud boot down here. All right, so we took the band clamps off, and we're actually going to go ahead and remove these upper plates first. It makes it a little bit easier to remove that boot rather than having to force it over top of the plate. And you can do this at initial install as well. When you have these plates off, if you want to go ahead and install that, it does make it a little bit easier because these plates are very rigid, obviously being steel. So we'll go ahead and we'll remove these bolts again. And then we will, and once we get these steel plates off, we'll remove the boot. Now again, as we mentioned earlier, it's always important to remove these seals to prevent any sort of damage to them. And we'll go ahead and remove the boot. All right, now we'll remove the seal. All right, and at this point, we'll go ahead and remove the shroud cover. And now you have access to your sump, and you can remove or disconnect your wire and perform any maintenance that you need to, whether that be replacing a spill bucket, or something else that may be going wrong in the system. So hope that helps you guys all today. Again, we wanted to reiterate and show you guys how to install or access to service a double-wall multi-port. Please, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to your local district manager, or you can go to opwretailing.com. And this video will be on YouTube, as well as a lot of other helpful videos for you. So hope you enjoyed this, and thank you for joining us. Thanks.